Let me tell you something, brother. This is Lego therapy, and the Hulkster is here to say we're live-ish in the Lego Lounge. Gonna do a little bit of a tribute. What you gonna do when the Lego therapy and the Hulkster run wild on you? Yeah! 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 Okay, I'm not ripping the shirt. What's up, peeps? It is me, your boy MC. As we said, live-ish in the Lego Lounge. Peeps, it's been a weird week. So many famous folks, celebrities, icons from our childhood have passed away. One right after the other. Not even enough time to really process each one individually. And Malcolm Jamal Warner, Ozzy, huge. That was a huge one. And then 2 days later, Hulk Hogan, Bollea. Y'all know me. I am a huge, massive wrestling fan. I've watched it my whole entire life, and it definitely has hit me pretty hard. So we had to run out yesterday to do some stuff for my daughter, and while we were out, we stopped by Walmart, and I wanted to pick up something just to try to help me feel a little bit better. I've felt like a pile of bleh since it happened, since I found out. And anyways, I picked up a couple sets. So we got the Happy Plants, because I need something to bring a little bit of happiness. 10349, 217 pieces. And also we got this Creator 3-in-1 set, the Red Dragon set number 31145, 149 pieces. And I really only picked this one up. I was just going to get this one, and then I saw this one, and I thought, man, red and yellow, how appropriate. In fact, had I had time to really prepare, I probably would have gone out and tried to find these pieces on the side that are blue and made these red or yellow or both, just to really solidify the theme. And I may do it later, but just something I wanted to do to honor and again help me with my own feelings, but honor the man, the myth, the legend that is Hulk Hogan, Bollea. I'm gonna say right off the top, if anybody, I understand everybody is entitled to their own feelings and opinions on any and all topics, and I understand that there are people out there that have negative feelings about Hulk Hogan, and you're entitled to that. The only thing I'm going to say is, just please don't bring it to my channel. And if you have, kind things, kind memories you want to share, feel free. If you're going to just come on and post a bunch of negative things, I won't respond. I will just delete your comments and move on with my life, because that is not what I'm here for. I'm not here for negativity, and I'm not here to promote negativity. So I'm here for positivity and happiness, and hopefully putting some of that out into the world as well. So with that being said, again, I'm not going to go on and on about it. The one thing I would offer to anybody who is having strong feelings about it is Hulk Hogan, Bollea, whatever Thunder Lips, whatever name you remember him by, choose Hollywood Hogan, whichever personality you choose to think of him as. You know, the way I look at it, he was a flawed man. Guess who else is flawed? Me. And as are we all. We all mess up at some point in our life. And I would venture to say that any one of us, if our darkest moments were recorded against our knowledge and then blasted out to the world to hear and to get to judge and scrutinize us for those awful moments that we did not know were even being recorded, we would all, at the very minimum, have an extreme level of embarrassment. Because again, I don't know anybody who hasn't had a mess up in their life. You know, I was talking to a friend about this yesterday. Like, man, we had cell phones and social media and all the stuff that folks live with today. When I was in school, yeah, it would have been a way different world. So many more people would have been, insulted. We didn't grow up with that world. It wasn't invented yet. And so many of us got away with a lot. The only people that know are the people that know. And outside of that, it stayed in our groups, right? So I would just volunteer that information. Just consider that as you think about whatever negativity you have in your heart for anybody, based on their past. We all have a past. We've all messed up at some point and done or said something that we wish we could take back. So that's my stance on it. I don't want to belabor the point, but I just feel like we could take the time to recognize, for me anyway, a man who, at least publicly, represented himself as someone who wanted to bring positivity to the world. He always wanted to entertain. His character for the longest time was, train, say your prayers, take your vitamins, do what your parents tell you, like be a good person. It was all about being a positive individual in the world. And, by many accounts, that's the exact same human being he was when he wasn't on television. So I will not sit here and tear down a man that I A, did not know, B, again, for me. So this whole subject is so weird for me. My dad put me on pro wrestling from day one. That was one of our biggest bonding things in life, was pro wrestling. Always watched it together growing up, and then even when we were separated, we still would get together and on the phone and stuff and talk about pro wrestling. That was literally one of my earliest memories in life, was this man Hulk Hogan. And I'll be, as I'm recording this, I'll be 42 in a week. For 42 years of my life, this man has been a part of my life in one shape or another. And so it's a tough pill to swallow that this person who I've, watched and cared about in one shape or another for most of my life, all of my life really, is gone now. But the other part for me that's really tough is my dad passed away last year, and if he was still here, I know we would be on the phone right now talking about all the memories and all the stories and everything. It's a really weird emotion that I've been having. I'm dealing with it, but it's not the easiest. I'll just be honest. So I just wanted to come in here, do something that brings me joy, which is Lego, and talk a little bit about how much I love this sport. I call it a sport, pro wrestling, and the man that made it all possible, which is Hogan. No matter what anybody thinks about him, he brought pro wrestling to the world. He made it what it is today. Was he the most technical wrestler of all time? No. Was he the greatest character of all time? Maybe not. But when you talk about when wrestling went from being something where, if you go back and you watch, if you were ever into pro wrestling, you go back and you watch the old days, the 70s, the 60s, people came to pro wrestling wearing suits, and it was almost entirely men. Very few women. There were some women in the crowds, but not a lot, and next to no children. That was not really a thing for children. And Hulk Hogan changed that all. He made it a popular sport for everybody to watch. He made it entertaining for kids. Made people want to be good people and do good things, represent positivity, and he took the entire business global. That, to me, is amazing. So, anywho, I'm I don't have a lot of good words because I'm still coming to grips with it all. It's been a weird. I really was thinking about making this a live, actually, and just don't know if I'm ready for all of that and just talking about it back and forth with people, because it's still it's sore, man. It's sore for me. And I'm saying a lot. I realize. I apologize. Try not to do that, but this was a wild one for me. You know that people don't live forever, but Hulk Hogan, Ozzy, Ozzy was already a shock. I knew that Ozzy wasn't young, and he wasn't necessarily doing the greatest, but I didn't realize it was that far. And so, I feel like he's another one. Even if you weren't necessarily a fan of his music, you probably knew who he was some way. Like, he had reality TV shows. He was just always doing things. He was always in the public eye. That one was already a shock. Malcolm Jamal Warner, another one. Theo Huxtable. Good Lord, he was a part of so many of our childhoods. The Cosby Show was a great character. Obviously, that's the easy first one that comes to mind. He did a lot of other stuff, but again, talking as a child of the 80s, 90s, it's the first, most obvious one that comes to my head. Man, Theo Huxtable's gone. Dang. And then I get the news that my childhood hero is gone. That's just that shocked me. I was not ready for that one. Anywho, I don't want to belabor the point. I have always loved the character of Hogan. I never got to meet him, unfortunately, but I've seen a lot of his stuff online, and he's always been good to the kids, even during the period where he was, the bad guy. He was Hollywood Hogan. He always wanted to entertain. That was his goal. He wanted to entertain. He wanted to make people happy, even if that was, playing this bad guy character. But he brought so much joy. Sacrificed his health for it. I've known for years he's been struggling with physical stuff. He was originally, when he got into business, he was 6'7", 6'6" or 6'7", something like that. And over the years, he lost something like 3 or 4 inches in height from the years of doing the leg drops, and then, because your spine just keeps getting compressed and compressed and compressed. And, that adds up. And then he had to have so many surgeries to repair his knees and his hips and his back. Just so much damage to his body over the years. Did that all for our entertainment, make us happy. So I'm grateful for the many years of love and entertainment, excitement, and joy, and all the positive things for the world. And I just hope more people can focus on that, not the negative stuff. That, again, we are all flawed. We all make mistakes. I just don't want to. I can't sit around and harp on things that I had no control over. I had nothing to do with. He apologized for. I've read so many accounts just today of people saying yeah, he came up to me personally and apologized, and he didn't have to do that, but he did. I don't want to harp on the negative stuff. I just want to remember the amazing positive contributions that he gave to the world. Me, for sure. Hopefully somebody else can take that and put some positivity into it. That's all I want to do. So I'm going to keep building here. Let's go ahead, swap up the cameras. Boom. Here's where we're at so far. Let's see if these eyes are right. I might have them wrong. Otherwise, yeah, this build's coming along, and then we'll do our little happy plants. Bring some happiness to us all, peeps. Alright, peeps, here we go. Our little Hulkamaniacs dragon. Great. Looks great. Honestly, I had no intentions of ever building this one, but the colors just caught my eyes yesterday, and I was like, you know what? This would be a nice little Hogan tribute. Looks cool. I love all the little joints, so the whole thing is posable. Little mouth. Even the head moves, the tail moves. Great. And you know what? I had a realization. said I wish I could have switched these out and made these red and yellow. Early in his career, older than me, but early in his career, he actually wore blue. So, you know what? It's totally appropriate. There we go. There's our little Hulkster dragon. Bam. Alright. Let's do some happy plants, because, you know, sometimes you just need a little bit of foliage in your life to cheer. Oh. You know, totally skipped. I know. Sean, I'm sorry, Sean. You're Peeps, look at what we got. We've got a whole new box of dad jokes. Thank you, Amazon. Alright, here we go. My daughter asked, can I put the dog out? I told her, I didn't even know the dog was on fire. The nice part about these is there's a joke on both sides too. So I can just flip this around. Or actually, I guess I can, I don't know how I want to handle this. Yeah, I guess I'll just flip it around and then I'll use the next joke on the next video. So boom, we're still in dad joke action. Alright, here we go. Need a little bit of extra positivity in our life today. So here comes some plants that are happy. I am happy to build them. Two books, so I guess you can build with a friend if you choose to do that route. 4 bags. Oh, no small parts bags. There's a rarity. All right. All right, Hulksters and Peepsters and Legosters. Got our little happy plants here. Love the little effects. And I noticed they were actually I didn't even think about it. They're doing Hulk Hogan poses. And they look so cool. They're so little simple builds. I love that these are printed tiles. These aren't stickers. And thought it was so neat that they added the little root at the bottom. Like, you don't see it unless you build it. It doesn't actually attach to anything. It's just there, but it's just a neat little added bonus. Something cool. I have no clue what kind of plants these are, but they look neat. I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments that they're so cool. Just, they did exactly what I needed. They brought me a little bit of smiles and their little happy dragon friend here. Everybody looks so good. Very simple techniques. Nothing crazy. Nothing wild. But just basic little techniques. And this guy actually was surprisingly a little more complicated than the plants. But man, they look really cool. I think they'll be put these on your desk or something. Actually, today's my daughter's birthday, so I might give them to her. I already gave her the Lego shoe. That video's up. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But I don't know. Maybe I'll give them to her, see if she wants them for her bedroom window or something. Something. A little zhuzh. Give a little zhuzh. Oh man, peeps. If I sitting here thinking as I was building, I was like, I might have lost some viewers today due to my thoughts and opinions on this subject, but I hope not. I hope everybody can have an open mind and again, try to take it from a mindset of none of us are perfect. We all mess up at some point in our life. I can't sit here and go, to heck with that person forever. And this is anybody. There's very few individuals in the history of mankind that you can easily look at and just be like, shh. Obviously there's been some brutal dictators and evil, just absolute evil human beings throughout history, but I feel like mostly people are good. And if I can't look at myself in the mirror and say you're perfect, then I can't look at them and be like, just because they're a celebrity or a entertainer or whatever, I expect them to hold the highest, most perfect standards of all time. It's just not that simple. So that's my feelings on the subject. And if somebody out there feels differently, again, I totally get it. I totally get if somebody doesn't ever want to watch me again, if they want to tune out. I understand. Hope not, but I understand. It's we're all entitled to feel how we feel. That's the joy of being a human in the world. I just, these days, for sure, I think you guys have seen it more and more as this channel's going on. I'm looking for happiness. I'm looking for positivity. I'm looking to spread those things, not be I want to be a beacon of positivity, of light, joy, not one of negativity, anger, and vitriol. There's a fun word for you, vitriol. I think I used that one correctly this time. Not like centrifuge, which I totally used incorrectly. Previous episode. Anywho, peeps, if you guys do have some positive thoughts, some positive memories, some happiness from the late great Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan, go ahead and throw them down in the comments. And again, if you don't, I totally get it. But we're all here really for Lego. So if you just want to throw a comment about one of these beautiful sets, that's cool too. I told you this is still a tough one for me. I'm still dealing with this, and I love everything that the man did for as much as I love Lego. Y'all know how much I love these little plastic bricks. They community that so many of us have built here, how we all check out each other's channels and comment and like and all the good things, and tell each other, go check out this person's channel, go check out that person's channel. It's not a famine mentality. We're all here trying to help each other grow. I love that. I totally lost track of what I was saying. Anyways, oh, I'm back. As much as I love this, and I really, really do, it brings so much joy and positivity to my life. Pro wrestling has been my whole life. 42 years I have been living and loving this great form of entertainment. So, yeah, this is a tough one. And I know he's not, I don't know him. I don't even know him personally, but I told somebody else today, I said, it's weird because I would have been talking with my dad. We would have been, chopping it up and having laughs and cries and whatever else about it. And he's not here anymore. And said in a weird way, Hogan dying is like losing another dad. It's strange, but that's kind of what it feels like. So, yeah, that's where I'm at in life. But again, I just want to remember the good stuff. Just remember positive stuff. I watched the tribute on WWE last night. It was beautiful. It was so nice to see all the superstars out there showing their love for him. I've seen so much positive stuff online. I've seen plenty of negative, but I've seen so much positive. Wrestlers and fans and everybody else coming out and commenting and saying great things. How he changed. Somebody said Hogan wasn't just part of sports entertainment. Hogan was sports entertainment. Changed the whole game. Everything changed because of that man. Did he have help? Yes, definitely. There's no way. The wrestling business does not work without help. And that's the one thing that most pro wrestlers will say is the biggest thing is the fans. There is no pro wrestling without the fans. So, yeah, he had help, but man, he had so much charisma and joy and love and passion for the business like nobody before him and really nobody since. So I'm thankful for what he did for my life. And yeah, I will always carry that with me. Hulkamania will run wild forever. So, peeps, if you enjoyed this or any of my content, please do all the things. And I will see you guys on the next one. Until then. Holla!